Once upon a time, in a kingdom that shimmered with magic and splendor, lived a king and queen in a magnificent castle. They had riches beyond measure, but a deep sadness lingered in their hearts. For they longed for a child. Year after year, they wished upon every star, until one day, their greatest dream came true. The queen gave birth to a baby princess, so beautiful she seemed to have been painted by the morning sun itself. The king's heart swelled with joy. He declared a grand celebration, inviting every soul in his kingdom to share in his happiness. Most importantly, he invited 12 good fairies, asking them to bestow their magical blessings upon his daughter. The castle buzzed with excitement. At the feast, one by one, the fairies stepped forward. The first blessed the princess with unparalleled beauty. The second gifted her a voice as sweet as a nightingale's song. Another gave her wisdom, and another grace. It was a parade of wonderful gifts. But just as the celebration reached its peak, a shadow fell over the hall. The doors burst open, and a 13th fairy, cloaked in anger, stormed in. She had not been invited, for the king possessed only 12 golden plates for his fairy guests. Her eyes flashed with fury. Raising her dark staff, she shrieked a terrible curse that echoed through the silent hall. When the princess turned 16, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall down dead. A wave of horror washed over the crowd. The queen wept, and the king stood frozen in despair. But wait. The 12th fairy, the kindest of them all, had not yet given her gift. She stepped forward, her light pushing back the darkness. "I cannot erase this evil curse," she said softly, "but I can soften its cruel edge. The princess will not die. Instead, she will fall into a deep sleep that will last for 100 years, only to be awakened by true love's first kiss." Desperate to protect his only child, the king issued a royal decree. Every single spinning wheel in the kingdom was to be gathered and burned. He hoped that by destroying the tool of the curse, he could rewrite his daughter's destiny. But some threads of fate, once woven, cannot be so easily undone. Years flew by like pages in a storybook. The princess blossomed into a young woman known for her kindness, intelligence, and radiant smile on the morning of her 16th birthday. A sense of curiosity led her to explore the castle's forgotten corners. She climbed a winding staircase she had never seen before, leading to a dusty, old tower room. There, she found an old woman, hunched over a strange wooden contraption, busily spinning thread. The princess had never seen a spinning wheel before and was fascinated. "What is that?" she asked, her eyes wide with wonder as she reached out a curious finger to touch the sharp spindle. A sharp sting. The curse, after all these years, had found its moment. Instantly, the princess's eyes grew heavy, and she sank to the floor, falling into a profound, enchanted sleep. At that very moment, the good fairy's softening spell swept through the entire castle like a gentle mist. The king and queen, in the middle of a conversation, fell silent and drifted off to sleep. The guards at their posts, the cooks in the kitchen, even the castle's cats and dogs, all succumbed to the slumber. A dense, magical forest of thorns and brambles erupted from the ground, growing thick and tall, completely enveloping the castle and hiding it from the outside world. 100 years passed. The story of the sleeping princess in the hidden castle became a whispered legend, a fairy tale told to children. But one day, a brave and adventurous prince from a neighboring kingdom heard the tale. His heart was captivated by the legend of the sleeping princess. He was determined to see if the story was true. He rode for days until he reached the impenetrable wall of thorns. But as he approached, something miraculous happened. The thorny vines, as if recognizing his noble heart, parted before him, creating a clear path. He walked through the silent courtyard and into the castle, where he saw everyone frozen in time, peacefully asleep. He made his way to the highest tower, and there, in a sunlit room, he found her. The princess lay on a bed, looking as if she had only just closed her eyes. She was even more beautiful than the legends described. A powerful feeling of love and tenderness washed over him. He leaned down and gently kissed her forehead. In that instant, the curse shattered. The princess's eyelids fluttered open, and she smiled up at the handsome prince who had saved her. At the same moment, life returned to the castle. The king and queen awoke, the servants stirred, and the birds began to sing again. The 100-year silence was broken by sounds of joy and relief. Soon after, the prince and princess were married in a celebration grander than any the kingdom had ever seen. They ruled with kindness and wisdom, and lived happily ever after. The dark curse fading into nothing more than a distant memory of a century-long dream. Thank you so much for joining us for this classic tale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more magical adventures. We'll see you in the next video.